Investigators haven't revealed precisely how Faisal Hussain died after fleeing a shootout with two police officers trying to stop his rampage. Just that he was found several meters away with a fatal bullet wound. Now a police source tells CBC News Hussain shot himself in the head. The source also cleared up how Hussain, whom police had previously picked up twice under the Mental Health Act, obtained the gun. The source says the weapon belonged to his brother Fahad Hussain, who is known to police for having gang ties. Court records show Fahad faced several drug and weapons charges between 2014 and 2017, but they have all been withdrawn or stayed. Fahad has been in a hospital in a coma for over a year. The police source also said in Monday night's search of the Hussain family apartment, the forensics team seized another firearm as well as lots of ammunition, including a high-capacity magazine for an assault rifle. Last night, an online post appearing to be from ISIS claimed Faisal Hussain as one of the terrorist group's soldiers. But in a statement, Toronto's police chief said, "At this stage, we have no evidence to support these claims." Security experts suggest it is possible Hussain was inspired by ISIS.
What I would like to know from the Canadian police is what type of searches they have been able to do. Have they so far been able to find the shooter's phone? Have they unlocked it? Have they been able to look in his various chats?
The police chief's statement does say investigators are pursuing every avenue, including Hussain's acquaintances, his mental health issues, and his online activity. Ron Charles, CBC News, Toronto.
As Ron mentioned, Toronto's police chief wants people to know there is no evidence that ISIS was involved in this attack at all. And he's not the only one sounding that note of caution. For his part, Toronto Mayor John Tory backed his chief.
They're the people that are in possession of the information that would lead to any conclusions or not about anybody involved in this.
And that's pretty much the line from the federal government as well, as Public Safety Minister Ralph Goodale indicated yesterday on Power and Politics.
There's no reason to believe that that national security was a part of this event or in any way threatened or at risk.
So if that's the word from Canadian authorities, why should anyone believe any claims from or about ISIS? We put that question to a leading Canadian expert on extremism today. Amarnath Amarasingam says ISIS has been so weakened, it's now just grasping at straws.
I think what started to change is you had a lot of these trusted individuals around the world get arrested. You had them lose capacity and ability to kind of maintain these networks in Syria and Iraq because coalition forces were taking back major cities. And a lot of this chain of transmission from attack to claim started to fall apart. And they started to get sloppy. They started to claim quite bizarre attacks that quite obviously were not terrorism related. One of the kind of obvious ones from recent memory is the Las Vegas attack when Stephen Paddock shot all of those people. ISIS surprised a lot of people, I think, by claiming that one, and not only claiming it once, but claiming it 4 or 5 times, giving the attacker a jihadi nickname, and all of these things. And I think it was rightly, that claim, unlike other ones, was rightly met by a kind of collective eye roll. This is, I think, why for example, the Alex Manassian van attack in Toronto was not claimed, because the conversation immediately shifted to one of the incel rebellion and the manosphere and those kinds of things, and not to a kind of jihadist conversation. I mean, I think if there was an ISIS nexus to this, I think the RCMP would have taken over the investigation. The fact that the Toronto Police Service is still leading the investigation signals to me and others that I think this is still not really a terrorism investigation.
So as Amarnath said, ISIS has lost much of its caliphate. It's also been greatly reduced online. The group's once powerful recruitment network is in shambles after being blocked from most social media, largely reduced to using encrypted services like Telegram Messenger.